Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Valoza Arora Sari and I am a 6th semester student of English Education Department from UIN Sultan Syarif Qasim Riau. In this video, I want to explain about writing report for qualitative data analysis. Check this out. So what is qualitative report? A qualitative report is a description of an event, activity, observation, research, or experience. The structure of a qualitative report includes an abstract, introduction, background of the problem, the researcher's role, theoretical perspective, methodology, ethical considerations, results, data analysis, limitation, discussion, conclusion and implication, references, and appendix. Choice of words and visual aids depends on intended audience. Be concise and use the past tense. And next is the characteristics of qualitative research. The real-world setting is the first characteristics of qualitative research. In qualitative research method like observation method, ethnographic research, focus group, one-to-one interview, the behavior of the participants of study is observed and the conclusion is drawn based on their answers and their behavior. And the second is researchers plays an important role. Qualitative research can be conducted by a group of people or by an individual. The purpose of a researcher is essential in qualitative research. The researchers of qualitative research is responsible for choosing the research method and for making a plan to conduct effective research. And the third is different research method. Each qualitative research method has different significance and is used for different research situations. Sometimes researchers make the use of more than one qualitative research method to obtain the accurate output. Research methods like a case study and content analysis are also used to compare the results of quantitative research. And next is participants' meaning. In qualitative research, like the researchers, the role of a participant is also very important. During the whole research process, the focus of a researcher is to understand and determine the meaning that a participants bring to the researcher. And we go to the flexible. Qualitative research is flexible. It can change at any stage of the research, and based on the change, the course of research might also get changed. Therefore, qualitative research is used in such a scenario where the flexible nature of research is acceptable. And next is reflexivity. In qualitative research, the researchers share everything about themselves, like their background and their purpose of research with the participants. Reflexivity also makes them participate in the research openly and willingly. And next is purposeful selection of participants. In qualitative research, participants are selected randomly from a carefully chosen segment of potential participants. The persistent range of participants increases the accuracy of the outcome of the research. And the last is emergent design. A unique characteristic of qualitative research is its new design. That means a qualitative research method can remain the same as decided by the researchers at the beginning of the research process. And we go to the next slide, which the fact of writing the qualitative report. The first is, a qualitative study is not complete until the research report is written. The second is researchers analyze data and writes the analysis in back and forth reflective steps. And the last is writing the report is part of developing the interpretation of the data. And there are several special challenges to writing qualitative papers. The first is qualitative writing demands the same energy skills as quantitative, but prejudice and communication barriers are added challenges. The second is qualitative papers are typically longer. This may be an issue for journal or other setting where there is a word limit. And the last is clinical audiences might also be less inclined to read longer. Qualitative papers requires a different kind of written document. And there are 5 sections in qualitative report. The first is introduction, the second is literature review or summary, the third is method section or discussion of data collection and analysis, the fourth is findings or results, and the fifth is discussion. Next, I'm going to explain about writing the method sections. Each of the research approaches involve using one or more data collection methods. These are some of the most common qualitative methods. The first is observations, which recording what you have seen, heard, or encountered in detailed file notes. And then is interview, which personally asking people questions in one-on-one conversation. And next is focus group, which asking question and generating discussion among a group of people. And next is surveys, which distributing questionnaires with open-ended questions. And the last is secondary research, which collecting existing data in the form of text, image, audio, or video recordings. In the writing the discussion sections, there are 5 things that we have to focus on. The first is high-level overview of findings, significance of findings, link back to previous research, and then limitation to study or data, and next steps, and the last is overall conclusion. In writing the results section, we have to know that qualitative research presents a lot of data, decisions about what to present, and representative versus tricking quotations or evidence, and quantifying how common a finding was, and need to protect identity of participants. And finally, I'm going to explain about the steps of writing the qualitative research report. The first is write the abstract. Abstract is the summarize the report briefly, include subject matter, research question, and purpose. Briefly state data collection methods, rationale, and interpretation. And the second is introduction. State your research question, problem leading to the study, and purpose for the study. Identify the research approach, participants, and research location. The introduction should give a clear idea of reason, method, and significance for intended audience of the report. And then there is background of the problem. Give a brief history of the problem. Describe participants, research sites or location, and subject matter. And next is the researcher's role. State your or the researcher's relationship to the participants and past experience and how this may affect perceptions and interpretations. And next is theoretical perspective. State the theory, theme, or lens through which the study was guided. And we go to the methodology, which describe the method of selection of participants and research settings. State the methods of gathering data, face-to-face, structured or unstructured interview, questionnaires, focus group discussion, participant observation, document analysis. And explain how instruments were developed, observation record, and rationale for chosen methods. And next is data analysis. Interpret data presented, describe data analysis process and computer programs, use graphs and charts as necessary, support important interpretation with evidence, and diverse quotes if applicable. And the last is results, which present finding in a visually appealing manner at a level that your audience can readily understand. Use table, graphs, and chart if necessary, and do not include interpretation in the section. Well, I think this is the end of my explanation for writing report for qualitative data analysis. Thank you for your attention. I'm very sorry for my weakness. The last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.